Hi Paul, this is Jen. I'm responding to your video, the Am I an extremist? No. And to be perfectly honest, if you were, I wouldn't be watching you. I hope you don't mind. Not looking at the camera, I took some notes on some of the things you said that I wanted to respond to. I feel really awful. It seems like you're very upset, and I mean, you have a right to be, of course, but it's kind of upsetting because you're always so calm. One thing I did want to address, said about the movement in America here and how, people seem to be more open. It's kind of amusing because people here say things like, well, the UK is so much more open, and then now you're saying it about us. I guess no place is like that. You are correct, I think, in the way that an atheist is a little bit more respected lately here, probably than in other countries. Of course, we still have our problems. I'm not an atheist. I've told you that before. I was I've always been, there's a little bit of a fear because of the philosophy and the scientific, which, let's be honest, I'm not very good at. I live in Kentucky, it's yeehaw, cowboy boots. But there are still a lot of struggles, even here in this country, and let alone, everywhere else in the world. When I was in the military, my religion was not recognized. The thing is, the atheists I knew in the military, they were like me. We just kept quiet. And I'm not sure if that was the right thing to do, but I think it came down to more, this is my career, because in a place like where I live now, I'm extremely quiet, and I would probably still be quiet if I was an atheist, because they'll find a way to fire you, and there goes your life. So it's, we still struggle here. I don't know, unless the big wonderful world. I do have to say, though, we're the exact opposite. He said, the attitude in the UK, don't make a fuss, and we basically, that's all we do is make a fuss. So you got that one right. A lot of people, they say they want to debate their religion, but they don't. They want to one-up somebody else. Look how much smarter I am than you. Look how much more I know. And I think you went in there handicapped, because a good number of people aren't going to debate with you. And I've found it myself. You're correct. The fundamental Christian will debate with you until the cows come home. But the people who, are in the middle, and maybe because they're not sure what they believe, that they're hesitant to do so, and they get extremely defensive. I'm sure there's been times when I've gotten defensive because, let's face it, I'm not an atheist, but I'm not an idiot. I know there are aspects of religion that don't make any sense. You talked about people seem to be more lax with people whose ideas aren't defined, and I think a lot of maybe the moderate Christians are, because as much as everybody claims to be a theology scholar, and you made me laugh when the guy said, well, I'm a philosopher, and I'm like, oh, well, who on the internet isn't? Hello? Again, I just lost my train of thought. The moderate Christians, I think because, they are intimidated, and I think because of, the media, and because of the fanatics and the extremists, a lot of people are scared of atheism. They see it as something dangerous, something threatening their way of life. It's crazy, but I've had people in my religion say that. They're trying to destroy it, and it's all pretty much bull. But as far as making a difference, and you seem very concerned that you're not, well, you are. You're here. People like me are listening and enjoying and thinking. It may be, just YouTube, and maybe it's, someone on the street or whatever, but people are listening, and that's more important than some schmuck on a radio show that I'm probably going to turn the channel and, find, the safety dance being replayed on an 80s station. Maybe because you're almost like, well, why do you need that big audience? Why can't you talk to people one-on-one? Why can't you, you're losing people because there's no personal interaction, which you have. Look at your video responses. Look at the comments. As of right now, you've got 30 comments to this video. So to think that you're not making a difference, you are. It may not feel like it, but you are. And, I just wanted to, assure you of that. And then you said something about, the only thing I did have a little bit of a difference opinion on was that something like people who haven't done their research or something, because, you shouldn't have to respect them because of that. I know that wasn't your words, but I'm trying to think of a way to put it. But one thing I did want to say about that is not everybody is eager to share their religion with others. Other than, I think you're the first person I've ever discussed anything religious with on YouTube or, online. And there is a big, reason for that is I'm not in the type of thing where we don't go out and share and, draw people in. It's just, you find it or you don't. And people like me are probably not going to be good in a forum like that, because some people aren't all that willing to share their beliefs, maybe because of society and how they've been treated. So I don't think, that was the only thing I disagreed on. Everybody does have a valid opinion. Whether or not they can express that opinion, I think that's something else. But my only thing as to that, as I was just wanted to say, patience. People will come around. Keep posting on your forum if you want to do that. If you feel like you have to, or you're not, or it's making you upset, then don't. But make an extra video on YouTube. Make one on live video, or go to the AOL forums, or whatever you feel like you need to do, go and do it. Because people like me and people like the ones that subscribe to you, we're always willing to listen and think about what you're saying. So I hope my long rambling video response made any sort of sense. If it didn't, just let me know. It's 2 o'clock in the morning and I just got done working 12 hours, so